I'm a mosaic of the people and experiences around me, one full of holes and cracks. It's constantly growing and evolving. It never ends and is one that starts the moment we're born. This puzzle of mine is created from my beliefs, habits, and appearance that were influenced by the people around me. From a young age, I knew what I wanted in the future. Although my memories before COVID are limited and vague, I remember things that shaped me today. My ponytail, passion for hockey, puzzles, video games, and D&D all stem from people in my life. Each of these experiences holds a special place in my life's tapestry. Each of us is our own design. No person is the same. But we may have the same or similar parts. Some parts may crack and break as you find things that don't fit. But in the end, all our designs are unique. We are not one thing. We are a mix of memories, people, and experiences, some good, some bad. All these things make the thing we call personal identity. Good morning, Appleby. My name is Naomi Luccock, and while I cannot speak to you on your own journey to find your identity, I still want to challenge you to look inward to it as I take you through the process of finding my own. Our identities are full of labels. Some are put upon us by others, and others we choose for ourselves. But in the end, we choose which labels encapsulates us, which ones we carry with us for life or for a short period of time. For example, I have many myself. I am an artist, a singer, a theater kid, an aspiring pilot, a Kiwi, not the fruit or bird, a Canadian, a leader, and a friend. I am also a sister, a daughter, and a student. I wasn't born with most of these. Each one I have chosen for myself and discovered through my life experiences. Through this, I've found my own identity today. I'm certain I haven't fully figured out my full identity, much like many of you in this room. The rest will come with time, but I am content with who I am now. Let me show you how I got to this place of acceptance today, and how you can get there too. How many of you would say your memories aren't great? Much like you, my memory isn't great either. Take a moment to think about the things you do remember from your childhood. Which is clearer, the events of what happened or the feelings you felt at the time? My pre-COVID memories are scattered and limited, but the things I do remember are the events that shaped me today and the feelings I felt. I remember a friend back in elementary school who always wore her hair in a ponytail, so I started to too. I remember watching hockey games with my dad late at night. I remember doing 1,000-piece puzzles with my mom. I remember playing video games with my siblings and playing outside in the summers with them at cottages. Each of these moments I carry with me today. Much like me, important events and people have an influence on your identity too. For example, I still often put my hair in a ponytail. I love to watch hockey games and do puzzles, and I adore being outside and playing video games with the people I love. More recently, I've found I love theater, Dungeons and Dragons, and Tamagami. I find that often the memory of a feeling is stronger than the fact of what happened. The feelings associated with these memories are strong and significantly affect our identities. That is how moments and people become a part of our identity. When we were younger, we had different labels. Some have changed, while others have stayed. For most of my life, I've been told that I'm a very happy and joyful person, who's always had a big smile and laughed a lot. I would consider myself a person who is happy and full of joy, but not as much as I used to be. When I was younger, I probably laughed more, smiled more, talked to anyone about anything, and didn't care of what society thought of me in the slightest. But somewhere along the path called growing up, that joy started to fade. That part of my identity shrank to make room for new parts of me. It was harder to find that joy for a long time, and I was lost because who was I if I wasn't that happy-go-lucky girl anymore? Who was I if I had changed? That question haunted me for a long time. It felt like I was missing a part of me. Many of us have felt this feeling, as I have just expressed. The people beside you, I guarantee, have felt this before. It is not strange. It is simply human. Though I can't tell you the magical fix for that, I can tell you that those holes become smaller as you find parts of yourself. The first time I distinctly remember this feeling, though it had probably been there longer, was in grade 10 in English class, when we were told to write a memoir about something personal. It was then that I realized I had no clue what to write about, and that empty feeling took shape. I don't remember how I stumbled across my parents' blog from when we moved, but I realized I couldn't remember when my family moved to Canada from New Zealand. So, using that as inspiration, I decided to write about that. I interviewed both my parents and pieced the story into a short 1,000-word memoir about the move. After writing the memoir, I felt a little more whole, but still lost. Eventually, I found new labels and parts of my identity to fill some of the holes and cracks and became more confident in myself. But I could still feel a strong pull to the country, even though my memories of New Zealand are few. Even if you can't remember something that has happened in the past, it will still always will be with you for as long as you want it. It's okay to be lost. You will eventually find yourself however long it takes. I did after many years. But how did these various things become a part of our lives? How did they become a part of our identities today? It starts with a moment, a vague memory, connection, or event with a feeling of joy attached to it. For Theodore and me, it started in grade 5. Now at the time, I would go watch Applebee's musicals with my dad, the Rev, and my younger sibling every year. It was 2019 when this happened, and Applebee was putting on the musical Les Mis. My dad got a message from Applebee asking him if his kids would like to play a couple children on stage. So he asked us, and we said yes right away. For this role, me and my sibling played 2 little boys on stage. It was incredibly fun, and I distinctly remember making crafts in the green room when we weren't on stage, and talking to the other cast members. This is what got me into theater in the first place. The connection and joy led me to wanting to participate in the musicals when I got to Applebee in high school. And I did join the play, but not in the way I initially planned. In grade 9, I had no clue what to do for my winter co-curricular. I had decided not to try out for cast because, well, to be honest, I didn't know when auditions happened, and by the time I had found out, they had already passed. I was in the rock climbing co-curricular at the time, and I overheard a couple people talking about backstage crew for the musical. I had no backup ideas, so I decided to participate backstage. That year, we did Mamma Mia. I loved painting sets every day that, in the end, didn't fit together and were scrapped. The next year, I tried out for Wedding Singer. I found I had terrible stage fright in the audition, so I went to work backstage once again. I still wanted to be part of the musical, and I enjoyed it a lot the year before, even though many things went wrong. From then on, I decided to do backstage crew every year in high school because I enjoyed it so much. But above all, by doing this co-curricular, something my younger self would never have thought of doing, I found a part of myself who loved theater, and more specifically, the work done backstage. As cliche as it sounds, trying something new can lead you to finding a part of your identity. It's important for us to allow ourselves to try so that we can find who we are. Because I tried something new, I have theater and 20 different soundtracks downloaded on my playlist. It's a part of me. Because of my love for tomogamy and camping, I'm going back up in May with the SOLs. Of course, not everything you do will be a part of you. Not everything you do you will like. You may try things and find you hate it. I certainly have. I've tried many things at Applebee, and some of them I disliked. I tried biomedical club in grade 9 and found it was simply not my thing. I tried jazz class in grade 10 and found I didn't enjoy it. Now don't get me wrong, I do not regret trying these things. I still have good memories, like trying to suture a banana in biomedical club, or learning new techniques on a guitar, and forming new connections and friendships in jazz class. You will try things and find that they simply don't bring the same feeling of joy that they bring your friends. You will try things you love and your friends hate, and that's okay. That is a part of your identity, the things you love, the things you hate. It is okay to feel that way and decide those things aren't for you. In the end, you tried something and found something new about yourself that you wouldn't have before. Who I am has changed a lot over time. When I was younger, I was entirely focused on being a pilot, nothing else. I wanted nothing more than to become a rescue helicopter pilot. Now, I'm going to university for aerospace engineering in Ottawa. When I was younger, I was confident I was going to move back to New Zealand permanently once I was done with high school. Now, I'm not so sure. Now I imagine myself staying in Canada and instead visiting New Zealand. There was a time when I wanted to be on stage for the all-school musicals. Now, I have no desire to be on stage. Instead, I love working backstage with the crew, making and painting the sets. Why am I telling you this, you may be wondering? Well, it's just to show you your identity and aspirations can and are allowed to change. Your identity is unique to you and will evolve, and that is okay. It's a part of us and how we become who we want to be. It's how we find ourselves. Today, I stand before you a little bit more confident, but still not 100% sure. I am wandering through life, not quite lost, but not found either. Each of these things make up parts of who I am. We are not one identity. We are not one label. None of us fit into one box. You are a mix of parts of people, events, and more. I am not just a theater kid. I am not just an outdoorsy person, and I am not just a girl who puts her hair in a ponytail. We are all many things, and that is amazing. Parts of you change. My personal mosaic has changed a lot. Yours likely has too. There's been parts of our identities that have been added on and others that have been removed or put aside. We try new things to fill in holes and gaps we had. We lose our way, but don't stay that way forever. Our identities are not rigid. We find pieces of ourselves that fit us better than old ones, so we replace the old ones. Other pieces of our identities shrink and get put aside to make room for new ones. After all, not all those who wander are lost, and in the end, you are still yourself, and that is something I can promise will never change. Now will everyone please stand and sing hymn number 135, Called by Earth and Sky.